Well, hello, welcome to the Kashima Soccer Stadium as league leaders Kashima Antlers look to strengthen their position at the top of the table against Sanfrecce Hiroshima, currently in 5th place, 8 points behind, but with a game in hand. So a win here could see them force their way right back into the title race. Sanfrecce did beat Kashima Antlers by 1-0 as recently as April. Naoki Maeda's winning goal, making it 2 games unbeaten against the league leaders. And a win here would see the lead cut to 5 points, and then with a game in hand could be as low as 2. So a pivotal match potentially in the J1 title race this season. These are the 2 most successful clubs in terms of league titles in Japanese football, having both been champions 8 times. But it's a full decade since Sanfrecce Hiroshima have been Japan's finest, and it's 9 years and heading that way since Kashima Antlers won the last of their 8 J.League crowns. All of their titles, though, coming in the professional era since the J.League was formed in 1993. Sanfrecce won 5 in the amateur era before 3 in the J.League years. Well, both teams got their Emperor's Cup campaigns off to a winning start in midweek, the major domestic cup competition in Japan. In fact, Sanfrecce will be relieved to return to league matches. Their last 3 games have all been in the domestic cup competitions, having also progressed in the League Cup following a 2-legged win over former winners Avispa Fukuoka. Well, Kashima Antlers have won their last 2 games in all competitions, both without conceding. A 1-0 win at Gamba Osaka in the league, that 4-0 win against Thespa Gunma of the 3rd tier in the cup in midweek. They've won 9 of their last 10 in all competitions and had won 7 games in a row into a 3-1 loss at Yokohama F. Marinos, but have rebounded with 2 wins in the league. Well, Sanfrecce Hiroshima's form hasn't been the best. It's seen them slip out of contention slightly, something they can arrest, of course, if they could pick up the 3 points here. They had lost 4 successive games, scoring just the once until a 2-1 win at home to Avispa Fukuoka last weekend in the League Cup, but they have won just 3 of their last 10 in all competitions. Not the ideal form then to be coming to the home of the league leaders. Well, Kashima Antlers finished 5th last season. It means they haven't qualified for Asian club competition since 2020, some 5 years now. Well, Sanfrecce Hiroshima looked as though they were going to win the title for a while last season before eventually finishing 4 points behind the champions Vissel Kobe in 2nd place, a couple ahead of Machida Zelvia in 3rd. But they will be playing in the AFC Champions League Elite when that kicks off again in September. Need to keep their eyes on domestic matters now, though. And they know defeat here could be terminal in terms of their hopes of ending their title drought this season. A win, though, would make all the difference. It is a rainy day, the rain continuing to pour down. The Hiroshima supporters, you can see there in the purple in that corner to the left of the screen, who have made the journey here. Leo Ciara wandering through there, the J1's top scorer this season for a team that have been rejuvenated since Toru Iniki made the move from Kawasaki Frontale to Kashima in the off-season. So the league leaders make 3 changes from their last J1 match against Gamba Osaka, with Shuhei Mizoguchi making his first J1 start this season at left back, having started in the cup in midweek. Kento Mizao retains his midfield berth, as does Yuta Matsumura from the midweek match, having both come off the bench against Gamba in the league. Up front, Yuma Suzuki netted an Emperor's Cup hat-trick against 3rd tier Thespa Gunma on Wednesday, and the J1 top scorer Leo Ciara is his partner in a 2-man attack. Ryo Tanimoto is the referee. Sanfrecce captain Sho Sasaki is already there. He's now been joined by MEIJI YASUDA, who wears the armband for Kashima Antlers. VAR team led by Koi Koya. Mikhail Skiba's side shows 4 changes from the loss to Kawasaki Frontale at the end of May. Shunki Higashi is at left wing back, as the defensive midfield is kept much the same, but it's further forward where it's been mixed up a bit with Naoki Maeda, who scored the winner the last time these two met in the side, with Sota Nakamura starting behind June signing Kosuke Kinoshita, who makes his J1 debut for the club, having started in the Cup in midweek. He partners Ryo Jaman for the first time this season. Toru Iniki looking to return Kashima Antlers to where they feel they belong, at the top of the pile. He's the coach, remember, who led Kawasaki Frontale to all their major honours. A club who had never won a major trophy before he took over. Mikhail Skiba led Sanfrecce Hiroshima to 2 cup finals in his first season in charge, and has threatened to break the title drought, but has fallen short on each occasion so far. So it's Kashima Antlers against Sanfrecce Hiroshima, then top against 5th in J1. 8 points separating these two sides, who have been champions of Japan 16 times, 8 each, in what is potentially a pivotal match in the 2025 title race. Chavric immediately on the attack for Kashima Antlers in the traditional red and black. Sanfrecce Hiroshima in their changed all-white strip. Promising run early on from the Serbian. Higashi with the challenge. Alexander Chavric, his second season with Kashima Antlers. He was on loan from Slovan Bratislava last season before making that move permanent. It's headed away by Shotani for Sanfrecce. Surging run forwards by Koike. Challenged by Higashi, and it's cleared away up towards Kinoshita. Kosuke Kinoshita, who's come in from Kashiwa Reysol, where he was struggling for regular games. 3 goals in 14 appearances this season, but just 3 starts. Higashi with the foot in, up towards Jaman. Header away by Ueda, the Kashima Antlers captain. Osako volleying the ball away. Taking a chance in these conditions. The ball will be as slippery as the pitch. Mizoguchi with the throw. The new format of the FIFA Club World Cup gets underway this weekend. It's a competition that Kashima Antlers reached the final of in 2016 in its former guise. Nakano. Suzuki. Ciara, the Brazilian. Suzuki again. Now Ueda. Ciara looking to play in Chavric, but it's cleared away by Shotani. Ciara with the delivery in, Araki with the header away for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Kashima Antlers seeing plenty of the ball early on. Here's Kim Tae-hyun, the Korean centre-back. Switched across by Funabashi. Koike to Ueda. Funabashi. An air of confidence about Kashima Antlers. It has been apparent pretty much since day one when Toru Niki took over. Suzuki. Now Chavric. Araki across. Serbian just checking back though. There's bodies arriving in the penalty area for Kashima. Here's Mizou. Suzuki. His attempt charged down pretty early on. Trying to win it back, Suzuki, full of confidence after that hat-trick in midweek. It may have been against J3 opposition. A bit of a clash of heads here. Araki just heading the back of Leo Ciara's head. A couple of years with Yokohama F. Marinos and 2 with Cerezo Osaka before Kashima Antlers pounced in January to sign him. 11 goals in 13 starts this season, 15 appearances in all. It's been a good response from the consistent Brazilian who scored 21 for Cerezo last season. Here's Kawabe. Now Sasaki. Not seen too much from Sanfrecce in these early moments. Kashima Antlers enjoying the lion's share of possession. Here's Ciara taking on Sasaki. Assessing his options. Oh, he's been taken down, has he? Well, the referee says no. Well, the Kashima Antlers all around this stadium adamant that Leo Ciara was fouled by Sho Sasaki as he turned inside. Here's Ryojuman. Now Maeda at the other end. Well, you can rest assured that that challenge will be being looked at by the VAR. It's a pretty quick look by the looks of things. See from this angle. Really positive play from Leo Ciara. Now Toru Niki is adamant that he was fouled there. Difficult to tell by that replay, but it did look as though he lifted his leg a bit and caught him. Kashima Antlers bench not happy at all, and Toru Niki has picked up a yellow card for giving too much of an opinion. Or was it Toru Niki? There's another maybe on the Kashima Antlers bench. Let's see. It's difficult, isn't it? He lifts the legs. Ciara, of course, makes the most of it. But no penalty is the decision. And here's Kawabe. Araki. Now Nakano shifts it on one more. Didn't get the return though from Maeda. Kinoshita. away by Mizao. Juma Suzuki, Chavric, Suzuki again. 5 goals in the league so far this season. Suzuki scored 15 in the last campaign. Spent pretty much the entirety of his career playing for Kashima Antlers, apart from 3 seasons in Belgium with Sint-Truiden, where he had a pretty good return as well, 26 in 69. Yakoa launches it. And now Sasaki. Too much on that though. And Hayakawa hacks it away. Just wondered that he may well have picked that up. Keeps Sanfrecce Hiroshima on the front foot. Swung in, but cleared away by Mizoguchi. Jaman. Looking for Maeda, who'd made the dash into the area. Here's Chavric, heavy touch. Would have been a foul. The referee waved play on, though. And then the shot off target from Kosuke Kinoshita. To get his first goal for the club early on. Striker who's spent a fair degree of his career in Europe. Kinoshita was at Freiburg in Germany, Halmstad in Sweden, Sint-Truiden in Belgium and Stabæk in Norway, before returning to the J-League in 2021 with Urawa Reds. Something of a journeyman since then. Mito Hollyhock, Kyoto Sanger, and then 2 years at Kashiwa Reysol. As soon as the transfer window opened in June, Sanfrecce Hiroshima pounced. Here's Suzuki. Koike. Chavric. Ueda. It's a risky ball. Very nearly cut out by Shunki Higashi. Kim Tae-hyun. Sanfrecce Hiroshima have had the better of things in recent times. Kashima Antlers did win 3-1 in Hiroshima in May last season. It's their only win in the last 7 against today's visitors. And they haven't won at home to Sanfrecce Hiroshima for 4 games, 2 losses and 2 draws since a 1-0 win in October of 2020. Very different Kashima Antlers, though, that Sanfrecce Hiroshima are facing this season. Despite the fact they did beat them at home in May, handing them one of their 5 defeats in their opening 19 games. There's Ciara. Well, he fancied it. Didn't really get a hold of the ball, though. Only played the first half in midweek in the cup game, didn't get on the score sheet, but he has scored in the last 2 J1 matches. Cleared away by Ueda. Sasaki. Jaman with a bit of space. It wasn't a bad ball either, just too far ahead of Naoki Maeda. Now Nakano. Swings across it, it's a tempter. Shaman got a toe to the ball. And then dispossessed by Kento Mizao. One by Koike. One back by Kawabe. Good play by Matsumura, who was the stronger of the two. And then wins the free kick. He knew the challenge was coming, didn't he, from Higashi? It's good play from Ryuta Koike. Tae-hyun. Suzuki making himself available again. Osako switching it out to Nakano. Here's Chavric. Never capped at full international level. Alexander Chavric by Serbia was a regular for them at under 21 level. Mizoguchi. Koike. It's a lovely ball into Kento Mizao, who hits it first time. And again, like Ciara before him, didn't really get hold of the ball, and it was a comfortable gather for Keisuke Osako. Chavric. Those players, Chavric, whose starting position is wide but quite often drifts infield. Sumura, touch off from Suzuki. Koike was beaten to it though by Nakamura. Suzuki, Mizao. Koike. Mizoguchi. Suzuki in space again. Just drifting out to that left side, Yuma Suzuki. Really an out-and-out front two with Leo Ciara, as was suggested ahead of kick-off. Mizao. Mizoguchi. Here's Suzuki. Now Chavric makes his way into the penalty area now. Suzuki. Chavric with the cross. Some delivery, found the head of Yuta Matsumura. Difficult header though to try and do too much with. Ball arriving behind Yuta Matsumura. Lively start to the game from Alexander Chavric. Nakano. Space for Maeda. Too much purchase on the cross though, and Matsumura got it away, only as far as Sasaki though, who in turn ran into Funabashi. Now Sanfrecce have won it back. Kinoshita with the shot. And cleared away by Kim Tae-hyun. Almost played themselves into trouble there, Kashima Antlers. Here's Rojaman. Good work from Nakamura, pulls it back, it's a free header, it's in! Shunki Higashi and Sanfrecce Hiroshima lead at the league leaders. Strong start to the game from Kashima Antlers, but slowly but surely Sanfrecce Hiroshima have played their way back into the game in terms of possession. And now it is last season's runners-up who strike first. Rojaman here. And then the run from Sota Nakamura just about kept the ball in play, and talk about arriving at the right time. Shunki Higashi. Lovely ball. And a thumping header from Higashi. No chance for Hayakawa in the Kashima Antlers goal. And Higashi's second goal of the season sees the league leaders fall behind. Crucial goal that could be for Sanfrecce Hiroshima's hopes of getting themselves right back on the tails of Kashima Antlers. First goal since March for Higashi, a 1-1 draw at home to Kashiwa Reysol. In a 2-2 draw between these two last season at the Kashima Soccer Stadium. First blood to Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Here's Nakano. Seems a lot, doesn't it, an 8-point gap, but still early in the season, really. Here's Kinoshita. Maeda up in support. Higashi with the cross-in, Jaman's header. And now the flag, I think, has gone up for offside. Yeah, an 8-point gap, but it's pretty much only halfway through the season. They do have a game in hand. If they were to win here, that gap would be down to 5. Win the game in hand, and there's only 2 points in it. And that will certainly have Kashima Antlers looking over their shoulders. Sanfrecce right in the 3-team race for the title last season, with newly promoted Machida Zalvia, who had quite the first season in the top flight. Vissel Kobe ultimately retaining the trophy. Reigning champions currently a couple of points behind Sanfrecce Hiroshima, but they can't be discounted. They tend to end the season strongly. No real consistency from anybody this season when you consider that Kashiwa Reysol have lost the least amount of games. They've lost 3 of their opening 19, but just 9 wins, 7 draws. Kashima top of the table with 13 wins, but have already lost 5 times. There's Suzuki. Sanfrecce Hiroshima are on course to complete the league double over Kashima Antlers this season. Kashima travel to Machida Zalvia. They aren't quite setting the top tier alight as they did in the early stages last season, down in 10th, but it's always a difficult place to visit. Mizoguchi. Clipped into the penalty area, but with just too much on it for Yuta Matsumura. It's not the first time he's ghosted in from that right wing. Matsumura, the delivery hasn't been spot on though. Like for Higashi, who's headed Sanfrecce Hiroshima into the lead. The away form had been pretty decent from Sanfrecce Hiroshima. They'd won 3 successive games on the road without conceding a goal in J1 until they were beaten 1-0 at Avispa Fukuoka in the League Cup in their last away game. Wins at Shonan Bellmare, Gamba and FC Tokyo. But then they did lose 3 away prior to that to Kyoto Sanga, Nagoya Grampus and Urawa Reds. 5 wins from 11 away games this season for Sanfrecce. So nudge in the back on Kinoshita, who put his arm in the face of Kim Tae-hyun at the same time. Brought in from Sagan Tozu at the start of the season. Kim Tae-hyun, it's his 6th start of this campaign. He's kind of rotated between starting games and coming off the bench. Zueda, Funabashi, Ciara. Lost a lot there of Matsumura and ultimately too much. Well, they're full of noise at the moment. That's really looking forward to return to the top Asian club competition, who have twice reached the last 16 of the Asian Champions League. There's the goal by which they lead. Skibber led them to the J.League Cup in 2022, his first season in charge, and also to the Emperor's Cup final. But they were beaten by 2nd-tier Ventforet Kofu, denying them a domestic double. They have been there or thereabouts in title races since the German came in, but they've fallen short every time. Here's Rojaman. Under pressure from Mizao. Goal kick, the decision. Games without a goal since scoring in the 3-0 win at FC Tokyo towards the end of May. Rojaman, who has 4 this season, scored 19 in his most prolific campaign of his career last season for Jubilo Iwata. Mizoguchi. Shitani sends it forwards. Kashima Antlers dominating the ball, as you can see. Sanfrecce Hiroshima attacking with more purpose. Here's Maeda, who's offside. Travel to Yokohama FC next Sunday, Sanfrecce, before a home game with Nagoya Grampus to see out June. Before Mikhail Skibber takes his team to the champions, Vissel Kobe, at the start of July. Ueda. Mizao gives it away. Here's Kinoshita. Fires it straight at Hayakawa, who just punches it clear. Mizoguchi. Ueda. A lot of possession, but Keisuke Osako hasn't had a great deal to do in the Sanfrecce goal. Koike with the ball forward, that's cut out though. Kawabe with the foot in, Sasaki clears. Ueda. Mizel. Back again by Funabashi. Touch off from Matsumura. Sasaki across. Just plays it safe, plays it into touch. Quarter of an hour to half-time. Kashima Antlers 0, Sanfrecce Hiroshima 1. Chavric with the little flick and wins the corner off Hayato Araki. Knew what he was doing, didn't he, the Serb? Ueda forwards, Kim Tae-hyun in there as well. Header away by Jaman. Well, the goalkeeper came to claim it, Osako, and then lost it. Mizoguchi. Just lacking that bit of quality in and around the penalty area, Kashima Antlers. .29 goals scored in 19 games this season. These are the two sides with the best defensive records in the top flight. Kashima Antlers conceding their 16th of the season with that Higashi goal. Sanfrecce have only conceded 14. Struggling a bit going forward though, Sanfrecce Hiroshima, which is why Kosuke Kinoshita was brought in. Another body in attack, another option for Mikhail Skiba. Kawabe. And by Sasaki. Header on by Kinoshita. Looking to flick it into the path of Nakamura, who'd made an intelligent run just inside him. Chavric. Bit of space to utilise now, the Serb. Doesn't have too much support so far, though. Mizoguchi tentatively arriving. Kawabe sticking to the task though, and that's going to be another corner for Kashima Antlers. Our Asian Champions League win of 2018 was the last major trophy won. Japan's most successful J-League side. 7 years and counting. Toru Iniki, though, wins trophies. He proved that by winning everything at Kawasaki Frontale domestically. All clipped into the box again. They were queuing up for it, and I think Ciara took it away from Yuma Suzuki. It's a great ball. Yeah, and Ciara knew what he'd done immediately, because it was destined for the forehead of Suzuki, who probably would have scored. Puff of the cheeks from Keisuke Osako. He knows they've gotten away with one there. Chavric. Funabashi. Suzuki. All sorts of space for Koike outside him. He needed to shift it on, but dwelt on the ball for too long. Higashi. Sasaki. Nakamura. Cut out by Koike. Suzuki and Leo Ciara make their way into the box. Matsumura with the delivery. Here's Chavric. Heavy first touch though. Allowed Higashi to take it away. Kashima Antlers win it back. Matsumura. He's out with the little dummy for Koike. Funabashi. Kim Tae-hyun. Zoguchi. Suzuki was expecting Chavric to make the run. He almost got there, in fairness, the Serbian, but not quite on the same wavelength initially. Won 4 J-League titles with Kawasaki Frontale, Toru Uniki, as well as the Emperor's Cup and the League Cup. That was his first senior management job as well, since retiring as a midfielder in 2006. Actually made 27 appearances for Kashima Antlers in his playing careers, did Toru Uniki. He's played for both the clubs he's managed, 133 games for Kawasaki Frontale. Club that he really put on the map. Now he's looking to put Kashima Antlers back on the map. Sasaki. Koike, who has won a J1 title in 2022 with Yokohama F. Marinos. He was voted into the J-League's best 11 that season, the current Kashima Antlers right back. Funabashi. Kim Tae-hyun. Nakano's header away. No real response from Kashima Antlers to the concession of that opening goal from Higashi. That's what will disappoint Toru Uniki. Mikhail Skibber hoping his side can produce a result that would light a fire under their season again. Maeda. Now Nakano. Headed away by Ueda, only as far as Maeda. Higashi. Well, Ciara's done well. Referee allowing the challenge to go, as he generally has done throughout this first half. Sasaki. Shotani. Germain did well to win the ball there. Nakano. Well, they may have had 71% possession, but they've struggled to do a great deal with it, Kashima Antlers. Doesn't look like a side who've won 9 of their last 10 in all competitions. Shotani. Kinoshita. Well defended by Kim Tae-hyun. Won 9 of their 11 games at home this season, Kashima Antlers. Sanga, the only team to win here. It was a 4-3 victory at the start of April. Rao Reds 1-1 draw, seeing them as the only other team to take something from the Kashima Soccer Stadium this season. But Sanfrecce Hiroshima just under 5 minutes away from a half-time lead. Matsumura. Sanfrecce Hiroshima working well off the ball there, harrying the Kashima Antlers player in possession and causing errors. Here's Chavric. Did well through the legs of Nakano. Still going Chavric. Nakano getting back at him though. And the final touch was off the Serbian. Won 5 league titles in his, well, I say his native country, at Slovan Bratislava in Slovakia. He was actually born in Croatia, played most of his league football in Slovakia, and then represented Serbia at under-21 level. There's Nakano. By Ciara. Funabashi. Mizoguchi. Here's Chavric. Well, Ciara thought about making a run, then changed his mind, and then Chavric played the ball to him when it was too late. Kind of been the way it's gone for Kashima Antlers in this first half. Sanfrecce Hiroshima, in fairness, haven't created a great deal either, but the one opportunity they did get, it was expertly dispatched. Nakamura's delivery, Higashi's header. Nakano's throw. Ciara. Now Suzuki. Koike. Suzuki to Matsumura. It was a 1-2 that was pretty much telegraphed, and Sota Nakamura knew it was coming. Kim Tae-hyun. Mizao. Mizoguchi in a bit of space on this near side. It's all very pensive from Kashima Antlers in the final third in this first half. Launching it forward, Suzuki got his head to it, but Shotani clears. Nakano's header over the top, and Ueda happy to see it through to Hayakawa. There's not been too many attempts on target from either side. Sanfrecce Hiroshima goal, pretty much the only one that springs to mind from both teams. Koike, Ueda, Mizao. Nice touch from Ciara to Suzuki. Here's Chavric, one-on-one with Shotani, and Shotani did enough. There's another poor ending to that move. And then the cross from Mizoguchi. Certainly not the most accurate in the world, and it's a throw for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. 2 minutes to be added on at the end of the first half. This was a lovely move from Kashima Antlers, but not the cut and thrust from Alexander Chavric in the end. Chavric twice asking for a free kick is Mizoguchi, who shoots straight at the goalkeeper, who lost it. Ball just slipping away from the grasp of Keisuke Osako on the wet surface. Made the opening well, Mizoguchi. Here's Mizao. Ciara with the cross in, Sasaki's header away. It's twice now we've seen a bit of mishandling from Keisuke Osako. Mizoguchi. Funabashi. There's the cross in again, header away from the camera. Throw for Kashima Antlers. Oh, goalkeeper eye view of it. Yeah, it bounced awkwardly just in front of him, didn't it? Tried to take it into his mid-drift, but the ball's slipping out. Twice he's been saved now by his defenders after dropping the ball. Ciara, Suzuki, Sasaki was there. Funabashi, Ciara. Now Suzuki. Crossing again from Mizoguchi. Mizao. Thought about the shot, looked as though he was winding up for it and then changed his mind. They're running out of time here in the first half though. There's Mizao. It's a free kick, and I think it's going to be a yellow card for Raojaman. So one last chance maybe for the league leaders to get themselves level before the break. It's a poor challenge. Completely mistimed it and tripping Kento Mizao. First yellow card of the game on the pitch for Raojaman. Saw one of the Kashima Antlers technical staff yellow carded. Suzuki getting ready to pounce. Ueda up there as well. Need to test Osako again. His handling's certainly not been 100% in this first half. Six in the penalty area in red and black. It's gone all the way through. Chavric! Over the top. Got the power on it, but it was always going over. Touch touch off from Ciara. Had to sort of dig it out, but got underneath the ball. Well, one or two of the Kashima players are appealing for a foul off the ball here. As Ciara lays it off, he was clattered before Chavric hit it. I think their appeals are falling on deaf ears because the half-time whistle has gone. While you're watching that replay, the best chance of the half really for Kashima Antlers. Sanfrecce Hiroshima leading through Shunki Higashi's header on 19 minutes. And Kashima Antlers may well have dominated possession of the ball, but they have struggled to break down this well-organised Sanfrecce Hiroshima defence, who certainly took advantage of the one big opportunity that came their way. It was a 1-0 victory for Sanfrecce in Hiroshima earlier in the season, and it is a score by which they lead at half-time. Toru Iniki having a word with the referee there, perhaps still feeling aggrieved that he felt they should have had an early penalty when Leo Ciara was seemingly caught by Sho Sasaki. But it's Sanfrecce who lead. It's Kashima Antlers 0, Sanfrecce Hiroshima 1 at the break.
これを見たら人間の影響による温暖化には疑う余地がない。これが科学の結論に今なってる。
ちゃんと知りたくなってきませんか？
いや、めちゃめちゃ聞きたい。すごいすごい。ここからもう倍々ぐらいで上がっていく可能性もある。
中止になる試合数が5倍ぐらいに増えてます。
人がこのことに関して関心を持つってことはやっぱりそれは絶対大事だなって。
このままだったらサッカーできなくなっちゃう日も来るかもしれないですか？
Welcome back to the Kashima Soccer Stadium. The league leaders, Kashima Antlers, a goal down here to Sanfrecce Hiroshima. And if things stay as they are ahead of the other matches this weekend, would be up into second place on the final whistle. 5 points behind Kashima Antlers, but with a game in hand, remember. They have played one game less this season. So a big 45 minutes ahead for both teams in terms of their title ambitions. An opportunity too for the other sides chasing Kashima Antlers to perhaps make up some ground. Tight first half. Shunki Higashi's goal separating the teams. So it's Kashima Antlers who get the second half underway. Trailing by a goal to nil to Sanfrecce Hiroshima, the team who started the day in 5th place, but who would temporarily at least move up into 2nd in the table. Nakano with the throw. Kashima Antlers have dominated the ball, but Sanfrecce Hiroshima have come here with a game plan. They've been tight, they've been well organised. They were certainly clinical when the chance came. Heading for a 3rd game unbeaten against Kashima Antlers, who remember have beaten Sanfrecce just the once in their last 7 meetings. So well decorated, both these clubs. Both 8-time Japanese champions. 3 Emperor's Cup wins for Sanfrecce, 5 for Kashima Antlers. They've also won 6 League Cups. There's Nakamura. Swings the cross in. Sanfrecce's League Cup win of 2022 completed the set of domestic honours. It was the first time they'd won that competition. Suzuki. And now Chavric. With a chance to raid forward again from the left. Kashima's best opportunity in the first half, but fired over right at the end. There's Ciara. Still looking for a bit of space. In the end, it was Matsumura who got the shot away and won the corner. Attacking that large bank of home supporters now, Kashima Antlers in their second half. First set piece in front of them. There's Suzuki. Koike's throw. Some are unable to keep it in. Rojaman. Launched forward by Nakamura. Not the coach making any changes for the second half. There's Kim Tae-hyun. That's very much on a knife edge. Here's Ueda. Koike. Suzuki. Not a bad ball for Matsumura to chase. Osako got there and then had to let it go as he came out of the penalty area with his momentum. Kim Tae-hyun. There's Rojaman. Plays the 1-2. Oh, it was a poor ball to Naoki Maeda. It's a relatively easy pass to play as well. Michi Ueda. Suzuki none too happy with the attention he was receiving then from the camera. Almost impossible to tell if he let go before he came out of his penalty area. I think he did. Here's Ueda. Koike. Mizoguchi. Plenty of this from Kashima Antlers. It's just that final piece of the jigsaw that's been missing. Chavric. Sumura just unable to turn that final defender. Nakano gets it away. And a Kashima Antlers throw. It's been a really frustrating game not to win for Kashima Antlers. A real opportunity to put 11 points between themselves and a genuine title challenger. Here's Chavric. Got the cross in. It's a missed kick from Araki. We'll certainly take the fact that it's only gone behind for a corner rather than finding the top corner of his own goal. Good touch from Chavric. A little turn away from Shotani, and then it seemed like a simple clearance for Araki. Could have ended up anywhere. Funabashi with the corner. Solid header away. Sanfrecce Hiroshima unable to break out though. Flipped forward by Mizoguchi, and then the header on from Mizou. And another wave of pressure comes to nothing for Kashima Antlers. Don't have a great deal on the bench in terms of out-and-out attackers, Kashima Antlers, which is a problem for Toru Iniki. There's only 3 goals amongst all of their substitutes put together this season. Kai Chinam with a couple and 1 for Thales Brenner. Suzuki. By Ueda, here's Suzuki. Nakano. Across the cover though. Ayako took a chance there. Here's Koike. Somewhere on his heels a bit. The camera felt he was fouled. Good pressure from Kinoshita. Suzuki got bodies forward here. Chavric out wide. Ciara through the middle. Here is Chavric. Oh, it was a heavy touch. And Tsukasa Shotani able to take it away with ease. Chance to swing one in. It's towards Suzuki. Araki with the header away. Suzuki. Matsuma inside him, plays it to the edge of the box though, and Mizou. Well, that's a tug on the shirt from Mizou. Surprised there wasn't a yellow card for that, actually. It was a blatant tug of the shirt right in front of the referee. There's the initial shot from Mizou. And then the blatant foul on Hayao Kawabe. And there goes the yellow card for Kento Mizou. I didn't think he'd get away with that. First yellow card of the season for Kento Mizou. It's gone, second half. Sanfrecce Hiroshima still in front from that Higashi goal. Koike has missed it, Ryojiman hits it, and it's deflected over from MEIJI YASUDA. Time really that Sanfrecce Hiroshima have ventured forward in this second half. Higashi to deliver. Plenty of aerial presence in there for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. It's a good ball off the head of Ryojiman, but the whistle has gone. Suzuki is the player down for Kashima Antlers. Vice captain of the club. He was playing for Kashima Antlers in 2016 when they completed the double by winning the J1 title and the Emperor's Cup. Couldn't have imagined it would be for the final time. He was also the best player of the Champions League when he was part of the Kashima Antlers team who won it in 2018. Club World Cup final they played in, by the way, was against Real Madrid, who they led 2-1 at half-time before losing 4-2 in extra time. The victims of a certain Cristiano Ronaldo hat-trick. Mizou. Ciara. Mizoguchi with the ball out to Chavric. Swings the cross in. Araki with the header away. On by Ueda. And that's going to be a yellow card for Kosuke Kinoshita. Bit of a lunge, wasn't it? It was late as well. Skipper feeling his side should have had a handball the other way before that. favoured to a 3-1 win in midweek against fifth-tier opposition in the Emperor's Cup, Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Form hasn't been great of late. And as things stand, they're half an hour away from climbing to second in the table. Be happy with 2/3 of the performance. It's the final bit they've been lacking, and that's not just putting the ball away but creating chances. Here's Hiroshima, swings it in first time. Maeda on the end of it. Maybe touch though. Last season promised so much for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. They were very much in the title race, ended the season runners-up. They were beaten in the Emperor's Cup and League Cup quarter-finals when there was talk of a domestic treble. And also featured in Asian club competition in the new AFC Champions League 2, which also ended in the quarter-finals. It was an administrative error that ended their run in that when they fielded an ineligible player against Lion City Sailors and lost the match 3-0 as a result of that. A game they had originally won 6-1 on the field. Here's Ueda. Suzuki. Mizoguchi. Given away though to Kawabe. Here's Ueda. Doesn't mean much of an attacking threat from Sanfrecce Hiroshima, but when they do venture forward, you certainly couldn't discount them scoring a second goal. Ciara. Outnumbered there, Nakamura and Hiroshima between them, dispossessing the Brazilian. Matsumura has it back. Sasaki getting in the way of that one. Now the rain hasn't let up at all. It was absolutely hammering down during the half-time break. Funabashi to deliver the ball in. Outswinger this time. Ciara got his head to it. Suzuki leaves it for Mizoguchi. Now Suzuki. Mizoguchi with the cross in. Higashi taking no chances. It's another corner. Pressure has been constant from the home team, but as of yet unable to create any heart-stopping moments for the Sanfrecce Hiroshima defence. Funabashi again. Whips it across. Ciara was waiting to pounce. The ball didn't get there. Here's Koike. Mizoguchi. Now Suzuki. Still 4 to aim at. Stabbed away by Araki. Now Mizell. Funabashi. Again by Matsumura. And the camera there to put it into touch. It's been a really frustrating watch for the Kashima Antlers supporters, this one. Koike. Mizoguchi. On again to Matsumura. Couldn't make the space for the shot. Here's Chavric. Mizoguchi. Now Chavric. And it breaks down again in the crucial part of the pitch. 1-0 loss here to Avispa Fukuoka, the only game previously this season in which Kashima Antlers have failed to score. At the Kashima Soccer Stadium. Mizoguchi. They look like a team running out of ideas here. Defeat has been regular amongst their losses this season. Trip to Sanfrecce, Shonan Bellmare, Cerezo Osaka all ended in 1-0 losses. And facing that scenario again. That should be a comfortable claim for Keisuke Osako. Toroniki is making his move from the bench. He had to. Difficult one though, with his attacking options limited. Nakamura swinging the cross in. Ueda just about got there. And Matsumura, Rojaman, Higashi. Nakamura swings the cross in. Ueda with the header away. Leo Ciara, good first touch. Now Chavric. Switches it to Matsumura, but it's a poor ball again from Chavric. He's found himself in some good positions, but hasn't made best use of the ball at times. Osako puts it into touch, and now a chance for Kashima Antlers to make those changes. Funabashi is coming off. Nono and Higuchi coming on. Some are making way as well. So a double change from Toru Iniki. Suzuki wanted it to feet. Played out instead to Nono. Ciara trying to throw it to the substitute. It's cut out again though by what has been a faultless defensive display from Sanfrecce Hiroshima so far. Osako. Nakano trying to go on the outside, but Kashima will win it back again. His Mizou into Higuchi. Nono making a nuisance of himself in the penalty area, wins the ball back here for Suzuki. And they have another corner. A strange second half because Sanfrecce Hiroshima have been penned back, but Kashima Antlers unable to create anything really. And Naoki Maeda makes his way off. He scored the winning goal when these two met back in May. And he's replaced by Valery Germain. One goal in 7 appearances this season for Valery Germain. Header away by Araki. Cross into the box again. They're struggling to get it away. Chavric had a stab at it. Zoguchi as well, and it's another corner. Suzuki. And Valery Germain tries to bring it away. 35-year-old Frenchman from Marseille, his first season in Japanese football. Spent the last couple of years playing in Australia. Prior to that, his entire career was played in France, mostly for Marseille and Monaco. He's played a couple of cards now, Toroniki. We're inside the last 20 minutes. Given the way they've dominated the ball, this would probably be the most frustrating of the 6 defeats this season, if this does end in a loss. Still time though. Kinoshita ran into space, it's thrown into Higashi. Koike. Now Nono. Turned into trouble. Ryo Germain. Too much on it for Nakamura. Germain and Valery Germain, no relation at all. Naito Arai on for Nakamura, creator of the only goal of the game so far, makes way. Rare corner for Sanfrecce. Germain challenging Ueda though with the free header away for Kashima Antlers. Here's Arai, the substitute. th appearance of the season for Naoto Arai, coming off the bench for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. That's a free kick. Foul by Valery Germain. Chavric. Things haven't been going his way. Alexander Chavric had that big chance at the end of the first half. There was an opportunity prior to that as well when he was one-on-one with Shotani and got it horribly wrong. His delivery hasn't been the best. He's a much better player than he's shown today, Alexander Chavric. And by Higuchi. Here is Chavric again. Higuchi. Now Mizou. It's dominance in every aspect of the game from Kashima Antlers. Set the scoreline. Mizuho wanted a free kick, but again Ryo Tanimoto waves play on. That's his style of refereeing, and it's relatively refreshing, to be fair. Here's Arai. Kawabe. Kawabe again. Just keeping the ball out of their own half. Sanfrecce Hiroshima to give a bit of respite to their defence. Kinoshita. Rojaman. Arai sends the cross in. Valery Jaman was waiting to pounce. Here's Nakano. Chavric with the challenge. Sanfrecce Hiroshima with the throw, which Shuto Nakano will take. Sasaki. Naito Arai. Finds a bit of space again. Sasaki's header. Rojaman looking for it, got the flick. And better than that, found Kawabe. Shotani, Kawabe. Launches it clear. It's the best spell of the second half in terms of not being under pressure from Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Kashima Antlers readying more changes. Chavric. Valery Jaman. Kinoshita. Sasaki picking out Arai. Looking for the cushion of a second goal, Sanfrecce Hiroshima, but here comes Ciara at the other end. Good challenge from Kawabe. Helped out by Sasaki, gets the ball back. Rojaman. Kinoshita ran offside, so had to go backwards to Higashi. Jaman with the cross in, and Kinoshita wasn't too far away from getting a significant touch on that. He was offside initially in the build-up before getting himself back onside, but not sure if he would have been off again, to be honest. May have moved a tad early. In the end, it didn't matter. Sasaki. By Kawabe to Arai. A bit of that momentum, Kashima Antlers, in this latest spell of the game, but that's neat football. Here's Kimoto Nono. Clock just beginning to get away now from the league leaders. Here's Chavric. Surely a free kick. This time he was fouled by Ayo Kawabe. Triple change now, so he really is going for it. Toru Iniki, Ogawa, Shibazaki, and Teles Brenner all coming on. So no more cards to play after this. kick now on the edge of the Sanfrecce Hiroshima penalty area. Dummy, and then the shot off the top of the wall from Higuchi, the substitute. No more than a corner for Kashima Antlers. Ten minutes to go. Swinger this time, headed away by Kinoshita, who's pretty useful back at defending set pieces. Well, that's ambitious, overly so from Kimeto Nono. Given the pressure they've been under, they've been pretty solid, Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Can they see this across the line? One 0 home win a couple of months ago. Can they reproduce the same score? Hold on to this in the last 9 minutes that would leave them just 5 points behind Kashima Antlers with a game in hand. Firmly back on track in terms of challenging for the title. Nakano's throw, Valerie Germain. Nakano again, it's a lovely little touch. Getting his foot to the ball, and that's a free kick. A yellow card for the high boot as well. Ciara joining Kenta Mizow, is no longer on the field in the book for Kashima Antlers. Free kick for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. The supporters have had one eye on the clock pretty much since the start of the second half. This would be a massive win in the context of their season. Delivery in, the free header from Araki, and it's cleared away by Naomichi Ueda. Big chance for Hayato Araki, the centre-back, to surely put the game beyond Kashima Antlers. Short throw from Arai. Here's Ryo Germain. Higuchi with the sliding challenge, wins it back. Leo Ciara with the touch off. Shibasaki switching it across to Suzuki. Ogawa. Shibasaki. Suzuki, Ogawa. Too many white shirts around him and no way through. Higuchi. Ogawa. Ciara and Suzuki not on the same wavelength again. Sanfrecce Hiroshima, when the ball is in and around their penalty area, are just quicker to react. Ciara. Ogawa. Here's Teles Brainer. Touch off again by Teles Brainer to Higuchi. Chavric trying to squeeze it through to Ciara, but again it breaks down and Sasaki clears it away. Higuchi. Ueda. Heading for what will be just their second league defeat at home this season. It's the 4-3 thriller against Kyoto Sanga that they lost. Chavric. Nono. It's Chavric again. Even a point wouldn't be the end of the world for Kashima Antlers. It would keep that 8-point buffer between themselves and Sanfrecce Hiroshima, albeit having played a game more. If they lose here, Sanfrecce can be right at them. Teles Brainer making a run into the penalty area, and the free kick has gone the other way. The 27-year-old Brazilian on loan here for a second season. He featured just 8 times in the last campaign. He's playing in Ukraine for Ruka. Doesn't have much game time though at the Kashima Soccer Stadium. It's just his 7th appearance this season. He's started just twice. Did score in the 2-1 win at Fagiano Okayama though. Germain being replaced by Sota Koshimichi. Koshimichi just 21 and is making his 51st career appearance for Sanfrecce Hiroshima, having come through their youth ranks. Suzuki was caught as he released the ball there. Referee again waving play on though. Here's Nono. Now Ciara. Wasn't the best ball to Nono. Sasaki got it away, but an awkward collision, and the decision has gone against Kashima Antlers. Accidental collision, in fairness, both players with eyes on the ball. Sasaki got there first, and then it could have gone either way, that, couldn't it? 2 minutes plus stoppages to go. And what a result this would be in the context of the J1 title race. Remember, at the start of play, Kashima Antlers had a 6-point lead from Kyoto Sanga at the top of the table. Also from Arao Reds and Kashiwa Reysol, 3 teams locked together on 34 points, and then came Sanfrecce Hiroshima with 32. They would leapfrog all 3 of those teams into second place ahead of their matches this weekend. More importantly, Kashima Antlers dragged right back into the group of those teams, hoping to end the season as champions. Final minute of the regulation 90. 19th minute goal from Shunki Higashi. He's course, to give Sanfrecce Hiroshima their second win this season against Kashima Antlers. It's played into the box though. Chavric was challenging. And now Kashima Antlers have a player down. It's MEIJI YASUDA, the captain, who's taken a bang to the head. Three players challenging for the ball. Not to see too much in that. This team need to find a cutting edge, don't they, between now and the end of the season. Just about over the halfway stage of the campaign. Still have more points than anybody else, but Sanfrecce Hiroshima have potentially discovered a way to beat them if they're heading for a second 1-0 win. Shibazaki, Higuchi, Chavric. Brenner with the touch off. Ogawa plays it in towards Nono. And again, Osako not claiming it. The ball is hacked away. First of 5 added minutes, almost up. It's a free kick for Kashima Antlers. This time Ueda does get the free kick. And once again, the Kashima Antlers bench are all on their feet. And at the 4th official. Corner for Kashima Antlers. Haven't made best use of any of the previous set pieces they've had though. Sanfrecce Hiroshima close now to what would be a massive win. A win that would really kickstart their season again. It's an in-swinger. Ueda's header across! It's a tap-in on the line from Leo Sierra. Stoppage time equalizer from Kashima Antlers, and J1's top goal scorer. Predatory instinct to tap home his 12th goal of the season. And it is Kashima Antlers 1, Sanfrecce Hiroshima 1. Finally they got a set piece right. Ueda looked as though he was being fouled, but still got his head to it now. Did it touch the arm of Alexander Chavric in there on its way through to Leo Sierra, who couldn't miss. In off the shin from pretty much on the goal line, but he won't care. It is goal number 12 for him, and a crucial goal for Kashima Antlers. Kashima Antlers 1, Sanfrecce Hiroshima 1. And on a day when the game plan was working so well for Sanfrecce Hiroshima, they are caught by a sucker punch right at the end. There is a conversation taking place. Such a melee in there in the 6-yard box. But there'll be plenty for the VAR to take a look at. I just wondered initially on one of those replays whether it did catch the arm of Alexander Chavric before Sierra tapped in. And the goal does stand. We do restart, and it is 1-1. I haven't exactly been peppering the Sanfrecce Hiroshima goal in terms of chances, but you can't say Kashima Antlers perhaps don't deserve it. They've dominated the game, particularly second half. Although going forward, it will be a worry at the lack of chances that they've created, given how much of the ball they've had in this contest against one of their title rivals, and you can still call them that despite the 8-point gap. Sanfrecce could get that down to 5, but they need to find some consistent form again. Valery Germain Opportunity here, maybe. That's deflected behind for a corner to Sanfrecce Hiroshima now. Into the last minute, but there will be more time than that, due to Kashima Antlers scoring in the stoppage time. It's off the face, wasn't it, of Kim Tae-hyun. Is there to be another twist at the end of this contest? And then swing it, oh, it's a free header at the back post. Well, that was certainly a chance. Look at the tug on the shirt there of Hayato Araki as he goes for the header. Doesn't look as though there's even going to be a conversation about that. Desperate defending that, though. Kick taken long. Sierra beaten in the air by Arai. Nono with the throw. Can they work one last chance here? Kashima Antlers. Teller's brainer. Nono. It's a poor ball in from Higuchi. Won it back though, Kashima Antlers, and here's Suzuki with a bit of space now. Ogawa outside him. Oh, the delivery was poor from Ryoya Ogawa. So many red and black shirts in the penalty area as well. And it goes again. And they do share the points here at the Kashima Soccer Stadium. A really intriguing afternoon. Sanfrecce Hiroshima turned up with a game plan, got themselves in front through Shunki Higashi's header on 19 minutes, and for a long period of time it looked as though that was going to be the winning goal. Kashima Antlers huffed and puffed, they had an awful lot of the ball, they totally dominated possession, but weren't creating a great deal. They were finding Sanfrecce Hiroshima very stubborn in defence. But in the end, finally, they got themselves a point from Leo Ciara in the second minute of stoppage time. And 1-1 in the end, probably a fair result. And Kashima Antlers have prevented Sanfrecce Hiroshima from significantly closing the gap. It's finished Kashima Antlers 1, Sanfrecce Hiroshima 1. So Sanfrecce Hiroshima in the end disappointed at dropping a couple of points. They've missed the opportunity to move into second spot, which they were doing so when they led by a goal to nil. Just how big might that Leo Ciara goal be come the end of the season? Goal number 12 for the campaign for the Brazilian striker, who is in a rich vein of form. It's the third successive league game in which Leo Ciara has scored. And more frustration for Mikael Skibber, whose side, remember, have now won just 3 of their last 11 games in all competitions, and in the league it's 4 wins from the last 11 as well. Toru Iniki in the referees here at the end as well. He felt that 1 or 2 decisions perhaps didn't go the way of his side, particularly that foul in the first half on Leo Ciara in the first half from Sho Sasaki. May well have changed the direction of the game, but Kashima Antlers have avoided a second home defeat of the season. And Mikael Skibber picking the bones out of the match on the field with his squad here, as their inconsistent form continues. It was actually a decent away performance and they almost came away with all 3 points, but Toru Iniki's team wouldn't be denied. Disappointed to have dropped a couple of points, but it may well be the biggest point of the season come the end of the campaign. But the worry from this match will be the lack of a cutting edge, the creation of chances. It wasn't as though they were missing chances, they weren't really creating any. In the end, they had to rely on a scrambled set piece tucked away by Ciara off the shin from pretty much on the goal line. Next up for them, next Saturday, is a trip to Machida Zelvia. Fagiano Okayama, the newly promoted club, at home next, and then Toroniki's former club, Kawasaki Frontale, at the start of July. Some tough challenges ahead. And here's Leo Ciara.
最後勝ち点1を呼び込むゴールとなりました。この90分間改めて戦ってどう戦われたでしょうか。
Eu acho que foi jogo de duas grandes equipes, uma equipe que vai brigar na parte de cima da tabela. A gente sabia que esse é um jogo muito difícil, mas eu acho que hoje a gente merecia a vitória, a gente foi melhor na partida, mas eu acho que esse ponto, né,